Boy, J.D. Vance really stepped in it this time. And the thing I love, before I even show you this idiotic clip of J.D. Vance on live television accidentally attacking his own running mate, the thing I love the most about J.D. Vance is every couple days, he does something even dumber than what he did a couple days before. And every time that happens, it's like, okay, that's as dumb as you can go. Like, it's not even humanly possible for a person to get dumber than this, to get worse than this. And then a day or two later, J.D. Vance breaks his own record, showing us that he is, in fact, the worst running mate possibly of all time. Like, I am willing to go that far to say that J.D. Vance might be the worst running mate in the history of running mates here in the United States. But here's what happened this week. On Wednesday evening, after Governor Tim Walz gave his speech at the DNC, for some reason, CNN decided, well, let's do both sides here. So they invited on J.D. Vance to speak with Jake Tapper. And J.D. Vance was asked about Tim Walz's speech. You know, hey, he just gave a speech. He's the guy you're technically up against. What did you think about it? And that is when this absolute blithering idiot, J.D. Vance, said this.
And he has voted for. I just don't understand a person in American politics in 2024 who's whining about what happened to them instead of using their leadership and using their influence to make the lives of American citizens better.
Who wants to tell him, right? I mean, there is no way, unless you have a brain worm, or maybe multiple brain worms, perhaps a brain worm family living in your head, eating at your brain. But there is no way, I believe, that a Republican can say those words and not know that that is exactly what Donald Trump has done for the last 4 years. Like, there is no way J.D. Vance did not know what he is doing. I think J.D. Vance is stupid, but is he that stupid? Is he genuinely that stupid that he didn't know that he was literally describing Donald Trump? And what's even funnier to me is that if you watch Tim Walz's speech, and everybody online was saying this too, like they don't even know what J.D. Vance is referring to. Like, why is he whining about what happened to him in the past? Like, that, what? That literally didn't happen. So J.D. Vance is trying to attack Tim Walz for something Walz didn't even do. And then it actually applies to Vance's running mate, Donald Trump. Trump still to this day, he did an interview this week. Well, not an interview. He held a rally this week talking about rigged elections. And for the record, in case you missed it, when he first mentioned rigged elections, Fox News immediately cut away from his speech and didn't go back to it. So this man is still airing his grievances from 3.5, almost 4 years ago, instead of using his power and position within the Republican Party to do anything meaningful. Donald Trump has spent every moment since January 20th of 2021, when he officially left office, he has spent every moment whining. Either whining about the legal problems that he's facing, whining about the FBI going to Mar-a-Lago, whining about E. Jean Carroll, whining about being indicted, whining about the election, whining about the Russia investigation. Hell, every week or two, he still puts out a post about that. So for 8 years, basically, this man has been whining about everything that's happened to him in the past. Everybody's so mean to me. Woe is me. My life sucks. Well, it does, but it's because of how you are as a human being. So again, there's no way J.D. Vance didn't know this. Like, there's absolutely no way that man was capable of saying those words without a little voice in his head somewhere, maybe the voice of a worm, telling him like, hey, that's Donald Trump actually. Stop talking. You're making things worse. But he did it. It's done. And of course, everybody on social media lit him up for it for very obvious reasons. Let me read you some of these responses. Journalist Laura Bassett said, he's basically just repeating Obama's speech about Trump here. Scott Dworkin said, quote, it's weird he thinks this is a good response. Another Twitter user wrote, "Who's going to tell him who his running mate is?" Another Twitter account said, Vance's critique sounds almost tailor-made for Trump. It's almost as if he's describing a leader who specializes in whining about personal grievances instead of actually improving lives. How ironic. Peter Heinlein said, for F's sake, man, every other day this guy makes what would be a highly accurate and insightful criticism of Trump and applies it to someone else. Another one said, he probably shouldn't mock Trump lest he find himself, okay, I'm not going to finish that one. I forgot that it had imagery in it I do not want to repeat. But anyway, Vance is out there. As Heinlein pointed out, he's making all these critiques and trying to say, like, no, it's about this person. No, it's about that person. Honestly, at this point, J.D. Vance has been so bad for Donald Trump's ticket, I am surprised we're not already getting Republicans who think that, oh no, I bet Vance is a Democratic plant. He never changed his anti-Trump ways. He's there for the Democrats to tank Trump from the inside. We haven't seen it yet, or at least I haven't. Mark my words, that talking point is going to emerge very soon. Republicans, these MAGA faithfuls, the ones that are still standing by Trump for some reason, they're going to start pushing that conspiracy theory that J.D. Vance has been a secret Democrat all along. And the reason I say that is because they're already accusing some Trump supporters of doing that. Like, lower profile people. But Vance has been toxic for this ticket, even more toxic than Donald Trump. And he goes out there and he says these things that everybody knows are about Donald Trump, but he tries to pretend that, no, I'm talking about this fella here. What do you mean this applies to Trump? I had no idea. He's that bad of a candidate. I genuinely think he is that stupid of a person. But when Trump loses, and I'm going to say when, not if, but when Trump loses, he will blame Vance. And what's left of the MAGA movement at that point will turn against J.D. Vance. I believe the moderate Republicans, due to Vance's association with Donald Trump, will likely turn against him. And then, of course, the Democrats aren't going to take him. So J.D. Vance will be left after Trump blames him for their loss with nothing. He will have no base anymore. He will have nowhere to go. He will have no big group left that's going to continue to support him. So he could end up being a one-and-done Republican senator, all because he decided to go full-blown Trumpism and then tanked the whole thing from the inside, intentionally, unintentionally. I don't even know. I don't think the guy's smart enough to do this intentionally, unless he is just the most masterful double agent we have ever seen in history. But there is no doubt that Trump will blame him when he loses, and that, I do believe, could end up being the end of Vance's career. Hi, everyone. This here is little Athena. And Athena would like to know why you haven't subscribed to Fair and Balanced yet. So please, don't let Athena down. Subscribe today.